Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Lindsay, and I am a demand generation specialist at OpenStax. We're going to get started in just a minute or so, but please take the following minute to get settled in and explore our webinar console. You'll see the audience chat and the Q&A where you can send any questions or comments that you have. We have some links to exciting Boclips content. And of course, you can see the slides and our wonderful presenters. But of course, if you have any questions throughout the course of the webinar, or if you encounter any technical difficulties, please let us know in the chat, and we're happy to help. We'll give it another 20 seconds or so for people to get settled in. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We have a lot of exciting content to cover today. Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay, and I work for OpenStax. And today we're joined by three wonderful members of the Boclips team, Aisha, Amy, and Michael. And today our topic is amping up OpenStax with video. Some of you may be familiar with OpenStax, but if you're not, there's a few key things you'll want to know. First, OpenStax is a nonprofit, and we are part of Rice University, which is located in the wonderful and vibrant city of Houston, Texas. As a nonprofit, we're able to sustain our mission in our efforts to make education more accessible and affordable through philanthropic support. So we receive philanthropic support from foundations in the form of grants. We receive individual donations from stringent and lovely supporters, and we also receive mission support fees from our technology partners like Boclips. So anytime an instructor pairs one of OpenStax's free textbooks with an offering from one of our technology partners, that technology partner gives us a small mission support feedback that helps us sustain our work. OpenStax is a mission-oriented organization, and our aim is to transform education and learning so that education works for every single student. Our main area of work involves publishing our library of over 45 free, peer-reviewed, openly licensed textbooks. Since we published our first textbook in 2012, we have saved students over $1.7 billion in textbook costs. Now, you just heard me say that OpenStax offers free, peer-reviewed, openly licensed textbooks. Well, what exactly does that mean? Up here on the screen, we have a wonderful definition from the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, which is a super strong supporter of OER. In essence, open educational resources, or OER, are any educational materials that are available for the public to use, don't cost anything to use, and lack traditional copyright restrictions that ultimately limit how people can revise and redistribute the content. So as an instructor, you're able to edit and redistribute the content to your students to meet your teaching needs and your students' educational needs. All OpenStax textbooks are designed to meet the standard scope and sequence requirements of their respective courses. Each of our textbooks are written and reviewed by peer and industry experts and undergo a rigorous editorial process. To ensure that our textbooks are up to date and representative of diverse populations, we ultimately make edits to our textbooks when it's pedagogically necessary. So if there is a major development in a field, we may publish a second edition of one of our textbooks like we did earlier this year with astronomy. But in order to ensure that our content is diverse and representative and clear to understand up to date, we'll also make updates to our textbooks throughout the year in the online version of these books to ensure that those standards for our books are met. At the end of the day, OpenStax textbooks look a lot like other textbooks that are out there on the market. However, unlike textbooks that aren't OER, OpenStax textbooks are 100% free to use and don't have traditional copyright restrictions, so you can revise, remix, and edit the content to meet your teaching and classroom needs. OpenStax offers much more than just free textbooks. Each of our free textbooks also comes with free instructor and student resources, like test banks, LMS course cartridges and shells, and lecture slides. We also offer free webinars like this one, as well as free articles on the OpenStax blog about topics like tips for using OpenStax, tips for enhancing student engagement, and tips for teaching. Our support center is an excellent resource to turn to if you have any questions about how to use OpenStax. And lastly, we offer OpenStax Tech Scout. We know that finding the right educational technology for your course can be incredibly challenging and time-consuming. And we also know that educational technology is essential for learning today, especially in our hybrid learning environment. So we decided to streamline this process through offering OpenStax Tech Scout, a searchable, filterable tool on our website where you can find courseware, homework, classroom engagement tools, and more that not only align with each of OpenStax's free textbooks, but that also meet your individual course needs. Boclips is one of the wonderful education technology tools that you can find through OpenStax Tech Scout. As part of our work to make education more affordable, we partner with learning technology companies like Boclips that offer low-cost, high-value education technology resources. In the process, Boclips helps to enrich the OpenStax experience for instructors and students alike, and ultimately provides us with the financial support that we need to keep our books up to date and accessible for all learners. Now I'm going to pass it over to the Boclips team.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And thank you, everybody, for taking the time to join us today. I'm Amy Dupont. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at Boclips. And I'm going to hand it over to Aisha to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aisha Upshaw. I am a product manager with Boclips. And as of March this year, I was a teacher and transitioned into Boclips later that month. And I'm really excited to showcase this product for you all because it is something that I could have really used when I was in the classroom, like January of this year.
Hey everyone, I'm Michael McFarlane. I am the Senior Product Marketing Manager at Boclips, and I've got a background in instructional design and instructional design certification, so super excited to be here and talking to you all about video and OpenStax.
And Michael's a little under the weather, so thank you, Michael, for joining us. Okay, guys, so the name of our presentation is Amping Up OpenStax with Video. And to kick this off, we are going to start this off with a video. Now, before we play it, I want to mention that you're going to possibly recognize it. It's from a very popular movie from 1984. And if you do recognize it, we ask that you put the name of this movie in the chat, and the first 3 folks to do so and identify it accurately will get a Starbucks gift card at the end of this presentation. So here comes the video. Okay.
Amy, would you mind sharing your screen and showing the video that way?
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I thought it was already being shown. Share. Okay. Okay, I think you can see it now. It's a black screen at this moment.
Yep.
Can you go back to the slide deck that you were on?
Yep, or push to audience. Okay, sorry, folks. Those of you that know me, I'm a little technologically challenged, so let's see. It says that we're going. Let's see if it goes. And if not, perhaps I can hand it back over to Aisha or Lindsay.
Amy, could you click on the Google Slides tab, please?
Is this what you wanted me to do? Can you see it now?
Yes, can you click play? Thank you. Perfect.
Okay, great.
It's not 10. You see, most blokes are going to be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up,
Yeah.
all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly.
Okay, I'm guessing, and I got to come back into the other platform now, that some of you recognize this video. And it is, of course, from Spinal Tap from 1984. So those of you that recognize it accurately, we will reward you with that Starbucks gift card right after this. So really quickly here, we want to tell you today how you can turn it up to an 11 with video. So here's a quick look at today's agenda. We're going to spend some time talking to you about the research on video-enabled learning. This is some really current research from 2022. We'll spend some time talking to you about the challenges of sourcing video content that we know that you are facing in order to find good quality content, relevant content, current content that you can use in your courses. We'll spend some time talking about our solutions for that. We're going to give you a live demo of the CourseSpark platform and our tool, which we call Explore. And this is a tool that will showcase how we've aligned content to support every one of the OpenStax titles. And you'll get a preview of these collections during that as well. And of course, at the end, we will have time for Q&A. Now, Lindsay, I've sort of lost the ability to see everybody. Is the poll question popping up now?
Yeah, so you should all be seeing a poll question in the center of your screen. It will be up for about a minute. You can just answer directly on your screen. And in a minute or so, we'll show the results of that poll, and our audience members will see that as well.
Okay, great. I'll read off the poll question, assuming you can see it, but I will also read it for you. So how likely are you to use video when creating your lesson? And the options are unlikely or likely. And if you are likely to use video in your lesson creation process, how confident are you that these videos are aligned to your curriculum? And your choices are very confident, slightly confident, or not confident at all. And when the results are in, Lindsay, will you be kind enough to read them off to me?
Of course. So I ended the first poll question. So almost 90%, so 88.7% of attendees are likely to use video when creating their lessons. And 11.3% of instructors or attendees are unlikely to use video when creating their lessons. Okay. And now I will show the follow-up question that Amy stated. It'll be on all of your screens. And in a minute or so, we can show the results.
The next webinar, I'm definitely bringing elevator music. We need some.
Well, we should have played some Spinal Tap songs from the soundtrack.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
I would sing, but nobody wants to hear that.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I think a lot of people would log off if I started singing to pass the time, but our attendees should be able to see the results on their screens now. So 53.8% of attendees are very confident, 30.8% are slightly confident, and 15.4% are not confident.
Okay, wow. Okay, so let's talk about the first stat. So it's almost 90% of you are likely to use video. That doesn't seem to be a big surprise, honestly, based on the research that we've been seeing. And it sounds like just under half of you are only slightly confident that your content and the video content that you're using is aligned to your curriculum. Well, we can help you with that. So Boclips makes it very simple and easy for you to find and use licensed short-form educational videos from leading content providers from around the world. So we've gone out and curated from 458, actually, award-winning brands that are educationally relevant, educationally sound videos. We have 2 million videos available in our platform, and within there, you're going to find a variety of options. You're going to find animations, context builders, hooks, explainer videos, analysis videos, tutorials, news, current events, and even archival footage going back to the 1900s. I want to also mention really quickly, but because this content is already licensed in our platform, you are able to use this right within your courses. You don't have to redirect students to another platform or another resource, so you keep them in your environment, distraction-free, free from ads, free from broken links. And why is this important? Well, 18 to 24-year-olds are streaming up to 3 hours of video a day. That's a lot of video. We often talk about meeting students where they are. Well, students are in video. They want to learn with video. It's their learned language, if you will. But it's not just students that are using video. We're seeing a rise of video usage by educators as well. And I'm sure many of you on this call experienced this firsthand, this first bullet point about the pandemic. Instantly had to go online or change your learning or your teaching modality from a classroom base to a different forum. typically online. So 61% of you made that change during the pandemic. What's interesting is in 2022, 94% of educators that participated in the survey said that they will continue with at least a hybrid model going forward. So online learning is here to stay, and video is a large component of that. So video is becoming a preferred teaching medium, with 97% of the respondents saying that video is absolutely essential to the student academic experience. 75% saying that video engages students better than text-based content. And I think if we look back to that stat about 3 hours a day, that's very obvious that students do like to learn through video. And then 94% of educators said it increases student satisfaction, and 86% said they would like to have their instance incorporate more video overall. So all of these findings can be found on the right. There is a document there. It is the Kaltura study, the State of Video in Education in 2022. So we invite you to go ahead and download that and dig deeper into that. And now I'm going to hand it over to Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Amy. So what we've heard so far is about how important video is in education from some of these stats and from your feedback as well. So let's talk about some of the potential challenges of actually implementing video in your course or your class or platform. If this slide gives you a headache at first glance, that's because it should. It is a headache. We know that a lot of you are familiar with some of these issues, and we're just going to take a second and outline some of them and dig in a little bit into some of these parts of the process around getting high quality videos in front of your learners. So first of all, it does take a long time to find the right content creators and videos. And even when you do find those, then you've got to secure rights and go through the procurement red tape. So some organizations even treat these first steps as its own conversion funnel. Some of you might do this, where you have outreach to creators, response rate to that outreach, and then seal the deal by securing rights. And so, if you know your in-house conversion rates for this, you also know that that's a difficult process. Beyond that, you've got quality control processes and internal management to figure out essentially where and how you store them, for example. And then finally, you have to actually make sure you make them discoverable and available to your educators, and then be able to deliver them, that last step. So whether you're going to download, stream, embed, what does your infrastructure actually look like? Is it reliable? Does it actually integrate with your platforms that you currently use? And so the takeaway here is that using rich educational media is really essential and something that we all know, but it's also expensive to administer and can be difficult to manage. So I want to take a second to back up here and take another quick poll, if we can pop that up. And we'd love to hear from you. How much time do you spend searching for videos or supplemental materials? And I'll give you the countdown, the Jeopardy countdown, but just in my head, not out loud. Ooh, we got 101 people here. Thanks so much for joining, y'all. Exciting.
Exciting.
All right, hopefully you got everybody's vote in. Do we have responses back?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Your wish is their command.
47%, 1 to 2 hours a week, 40% at 2 to 4 a week, and then 12 or 13% at more than 4 hours a week. So wherever you are on this scale, and I would argue it's too much sometimes. And this is where I'd say, what if someone could take care of all that headache for you and just leave you with the benefits? We got a little formatting issue on this slide, but I think you guys get the gist of it. We're going to sort of revisit those problems from before and talk about how our process here at Boclips, which we call EduFit, addresses those directly. So EduFit is our content acquisition and management process. We've honed it for years with our expertise and experience within our teams to get the most relevant educational content to our customers. So how do we actually do that? Well, first we find great material. We wade through the sort of endlessness of the internet to find the best content creators, the most trusted brands. And this is a continuous process for us that we dedicate a whole department to. And our library is actually continuously growing over time. Next, we actually secure those rights and then ingest that content into our back end. Then we organize it. This is where we add our special sauce. We apply our own critical metadata and essentially descriptors so that we can organize it into collections and compile it for our customers. After that, we curate it to your particular audience. And then finally, we reliably deliver it so that you don't have to worry about uptime, broken links, or hosting issues, that sort of thing. So what does that actually mean? What's the takeaway? You get all the benefits of our processes and none of the headache. We cut out all that noise and help you find and use licensed high-quality videos suited specifically to your needs. And so this is where I'm going to take a step back and let Aisha take over from here, who's going to talk about the curation that we've done for OpenStax.
Thanks, Michael. So the EduFit process is best exemplified by our newest offering, the OpenStax Video Collections. This collection is a series of short-form videos with an average duration of about 5 minutes that have been curated by subject matter experts and instructional designers to align to every chapter and section of every OpenStax text. So each collection has between 100 and 1,000 videos, depending on the length of the chapters and sections of a textbook. These videos have been curated according to our own internal Bloom's inspired tags, which we call pedagogy tags, that range from hooks, which are designed to engage learners, and context builders, which are designed to allow learners to apply learned knowledge. All of our videos consider accessibility. So inside of our app player, as well as when it is embedded, you are able to provide captions for each video, as well as a transcript of the video. We really emphasize that we want to support academic freedom in how we have designed this collection. So you are free to choose which video and how each video is used for your learner. We trust that you know your learners best, and so we just want to facilitate that process. Included in that is the easy ability to embed each of our videos into your own LMS, where you can create a distraction-free zone, free of ads, broken links, no inappropriate content, and you can truly control your learner's learning environment. So now I would like to do a demo of our app, followed by actually showing the process of embedding. So please be kind to me. I am about to share my screen and I don't know what the end result will be on this platform. Can you all see my screen? And it says CourseSpark in the upper left-hand corner?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so this is CourseSpark, as I just said, in the upper left-hand corner. This is our app, and we are specifically on the Explore tab, which is where our OpenStax collection can be found. If that wasn't obvious by these big letters that say our OpenStax collection. So in here, you will find all of the OpenStax text. You can see we have utilized and really leaned into our partnership. We have displayed the Ally logo, as well as each book cover for all titles. We also have made it quickly and easy for you to navigate to your desired discipline. And from there, you can go inside and find your desired book. If you just want to see what all the books are, you can also use that view. So earlier this year, I was a science teacher, and biology will always have a really good place in my heart. So I'm going to dive into a biology textbook. So on the left side, you can see we have this navigation panel, and on the right side, you can see all of the video offerings that have been curated to that particular section. So you can see the textbook as well as the title in the left-hand panel. You can scroll down and you can easily and quickly access all of the chapters inside of a section. And once you find your desired chapter, you can then expand the view and find your desired section within that chapter. If you notice, there are two sections that do not exist in OpenStax books, but do exist in CourseSpark, and I will delve into those in just a moment. For now, I want to turn your attention to the right side of the screen, where we can see the title of the book, as well as the section and the number of videos that we offer. You can quickly navigate through the videos as well, going back and forth, depending on your needs. And you can also see that each video is associated with a pedagogy tag, as I mentioned before. These are our internal answer to Bloom's. And you can also see the content provider. Inside of the player, when the video plays, you can also disable or enable captions, as well as download a transcript. So I made the leap from teaching science, and now I'm in this business world, so I'm actually going to go into an entrepreneurship book. So inside of an entrepreneurship book, you can see we have a chapter overview section as well as a discussion prompt section. These are the two sections that are unique to Boclips for our OpenStax collection. So the chapter overview sections were designed to mimic how we think through the creation of a course. So often an instructor may assign students a pre-reading that they should have done before class. So these chapter overview sections are designed to do just that, allow students to preview what is to come inside of that chapter. So these videos will typically be greater in duration than that 5 minutes that I mentioned earlier. And that's because they're extending knowledge beyond just one simple section. They're going throughout the entire chapter. So you might find lots of crash course videos here, videos that go really in depth on a chapter over many topics. The discussion prompt section is another unique section to Boclips. And this section, we wanted to mimic the goal of education. So when I was instructor, when I think through what did I want ultimately for my students to walk away from my classroom with, it was the ability to critically think and to engage in dialogue. And we do that in virtual classrooms through the discussion thread, and in real life classrooms, we do that through in-person face-to-face discussions. So these videos in this section are designed to spark that student conversation. So you will see hooks and context builders, analysis videos that are really supposed to engage students and get them to begin the process of synthesizing their own thought. So here, Grilled Cheese Restaurant Entrepreneur, we can see that this video is going to present a tale of an entrepreneur from his own experience that may spark student dialogue as you jump into the chapter. We have news source videos that offer current events and real world scenarios so that students can really see themselves in what they are learning. We also partner with TED Talks and other content partners that really seek to extend student knowledge through analysis and really get them to start thinking, how does this actually apply to me and the world around me? So, as promised, I am going to show you how simple it is to grab an embed code and put it into your LMS. So I have prepared a psychology course, so I will go into the psychology textbook. I know I want this discussion prompt video. I grab, it says get embed code. I am going to click that. I get a confirmation screen that says embed code copied, and I can now put it into my LMS. My LMS happens to be Canvas. Yours may be something different. I'm going to put it into this introductory prompt section. Okay, you probably won't write as quick of an assignment as me, but here we go. Watch this video. I have given them the assignment, and then I can quickly insert my embed code by going to Insert Embed. I copied it previously. Now I will paste and submit. Once it is in the frame, I can save it. And I am able to play it in the LMS for my students, and I can enable or disable the captions as previously stated, and I can also enter full screen if necessary. And that is Courseware.
Excellent. Thank you, Aisha. Can we pull the presentation deck back up? Let's see.
Is it there?
Do you guys see that now?
I see it.
Okay, great. So thank you, Aisha, for walking through both the platform where faculty can go in and select the appropriate videos that they want to use, and showing you also how easy it is to then embed it in your LMS. So you may be wondering how you can add these wonderful video packages into your courses. Well, we've created a lot of options for you here. So whether you're using a single course or your school is using multiple titles, we have options for you available. So if you're using, for instance, the OpenStax Intro to Psych book and you're a single faculty or it's just your department using OpenStax, you do have the availability to adopt a single title collection. We also can offer a sort of bespoke bundle of these titles. So if you and several of your colleagues are using OpenStax at your school, we're happy to work with you to create the experience that just includes those titles. But if you're a big OpenStax user, as we know some of you are, and you're using 20, 30, 40 of the ebooks, you might want to go for the complete collection, which gives you access to all of the video collections that you saw in the platform just a few moments ago. So we do offer these different solutions just to meet the needs of your school. And as Aisha showed you, the embed code is the simplest and easiest way to grab these videos and put them right into your course. That's primarily the way we see this being used. However, if you are a large institutional user and you want to have an integration directly into your LMS or into any other platform, we are LTI compliant, and we are happy to work with your tech teams on campus to get that installed. Okay. So again, I apologize for the formatting issues here, but some key takeaways for you. And basically in summary, we want to help you maximize your time by leveraging the power of our curated, vetted, and pedagogically sequenced videos to hopefully captivate your students and improve their learning games. And Boclips does this by helping you meet this increasing demand from both students and faculty by pre-aligning this content to every OpenStax title, saving you significant time and also helping you amplify the learning journey along the way. So in short, we want to help you turn it up to an 11. All right. Well, we really thank you all for joining, and now it's time for some questions. All right, I'm going to go into the chat here and see. Where we have some, okay, I'm in the Q&A section. Okay, bear with me while I scroll through all the Spinal Tap answers. All right. Why would someone use video in class when it's not assigned with their material? Not sure if I'm missing something with this question. So this is designed for faculty to grab video to incorporate into their class. So what you saw in Courseware is an instructor-facing platform where they would go in, or an instructional designer would go in and say, I need a video to support this topic or this learning objective or this chapter and section of the book. And then the idea is that you would either show that in class or assign it before class, likely put it in your learning management system. So this wouldn't be a collection that you would just expose to students to go in and use on their own. Let's see. I know that I struggle to find video resources that align without going too far into the concept. For example, high school chemistry introduces ideas, but college level chemistry explains it further. So it is easy to, okay, I think that's just a comment, but we do help with this alignment because we have gone ahead and pre-curated these videos to every chapter and section. Okay. Do you have to have a mobile app to watch the videos? No, you do not. These will work wherever the student is viewing your online course. So they will play wherever they're watching it.
Amy, if you go to the Q&A box instead of the attendee chat, you can find more direct questions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Does somebody want to read the questions to me? Let's see, we've got...
George Guild asks, I see the poll. My issue is how current are the video clips?
So we have videos in our platform that are as current as today, or going back, like I said, to archival footage from the 1900s. So we have direct API feeds from some of our leading partners, especially the news organizations and our current events providers. So you can always find something really up to date. We don't have a specific cutoff of a year or so, like where they would no longer be in the platform. Things like good explainer videos tend to have relevance, whether they're 2 years old or 10 years old.
Christopher asks, are the videos closed captioned?
Yes, so all the videos have closed captioning, and you can turn that on or off right within the player.
Greg asks, are the videos able to be used in Edpuzzle?
I'm going to go ahead and say I believe so. I'm assuming Edpuzzle takes embed code. If not, I'm sure that we could work with Edpuzzle in your instance of Edpuzzle to set up a direct integration.
Katina asks, is there any mechanism to embed questions in the video clips? For example, a pause after 2 minutes asks 2 comprehension questions before they can move on to a video.
Yes, great question, Katina. This is something that we will have available for you shortly. It will be released in our player by the end of the year and should be available really for widespread use in early next year. So if this is something you're considering for spring, summer, or fall, we will have that capability, and it'll do exactly what you said there. It allows you to pause the video, have a question pop up, and that way the student is engaged and it kind of takes it from a passive learning experience to an active learning experience. And those answers will be recorded.
Greta asks, what is the cost?
So Greta, the cost ranges depending on, are you using a single package or are you using the full package? We do have great introductory pricing of a single course costing about $1,500 a year for a one-year license. But we're happy to work with you if you have multiple courses in use and you want to purchase multiple collections or the full collection. We're happy to work with your school to give you that pricing.
Christopher asks, so licensing is done on a department or institutional level?
Yes.
I was going to say, I'm assuming he means like access to it.
Yeah, so an individual instructor, a full department, or the institution can purchase the license for all users. So all of the above.
Eric asks, specific psychology question, are the videos directly connected to APA, IPA themes and outcomes? The videos are created by content creators who are experts in their field. And before we take on any content, we vet it and make sure that it is instructionally sound. I'll be honest, we can definitely look more specifically at APA, but I'm confident that our content creators for psychology content are experts in their field. Questions got a little excited and jumped. Emily asks, can you please talk a little bit more about the pedagogy tags?
I'm going to have you do that, Aisha.
Yeah, so the pedagogy tags were designed because in our view, lots of people use video. We saw that in our poll, but not everyone is an expert on how to use what video for what educational use case. For example, in my work at Boclips, I like to emphasize a lot news videos, which I think make really great hooks. So a really great way to engage a student in a real world context. They also do a really good job of, once a student has acquired knowledge, to act as a context builder and allow students to apply that knowledge and extend it further. So when we designed the pedagogy tags, we were really looking at the connection between what happens in an actual brick and mortar classroom and where it meets Bloom's, and what skill sets and abilities do we want to imbue inside of our students with the learning process. Katina asks, we are not a big user of OpenStax at my institution, so I would only be using it for one course. Can I preview the videos that are loaded in the College Success OpenStax book?
So yes, Katina, I'm happy to connect with you after this and set you up with that ability to preview that.
Brenda asks, is it possible to invite you to speak virtually to our Department of OpenStax users about this resource?
Absolutely. We would absolutely love to do that. So you can have all three of us or just one of us, but we will be happy to do that.
This is a repeat question, but I'm going to say it anyway. What are, Louisa wants to know, what are the costs?
Well, we've got affordable introductory pricing starting at $1,500, and we'll work with you depending on the particular needs of your school.
Brenda asks, I arrived a few minutes late. Can you talk about the cost for this OpenStax user?
All right, so I think we've got that covered. So we'll follow up on that one afterwards, Brenda. I feel like I saw something about editing in here. I don't know, we might have got jumped around.
Question 15.
Question 15 from Scott. So currently—
Am I allowed to edit videos and embed into a learning application such as Storyline 360?
You can definitely embed. That's the beauty of the embed code. Right now, we're somewhat limited on the editing of this because it is streaming content. However, Scott, we do have another alternative that we did not present today, which is our download model, where we can provide you with MP4 files. So if you need to do some editing, we can likely work with you and provide you with the actual hard copy file versus the embed code.
Rajiv asks, how can we contribute to OpenStax books organized, or I guess maybe contribute content to the collection, maybe?
Is Lindsay here? I think this is a Lindsay question.
Or yes, maybe like video content to our library, maybe? Go ahead, Lindsay.
So as it pertains to contributing to how OpenStax books are organized, so OpenStax textbooks, they're available for free on our website in WebView and PDF formats. And in those formats of the book, they're viewed as a traditional textbook. You can't make edits in the PDF or in the online version that your students see. But the way that you make edits is that if you go to the Instructor Resources tab of any of our books and you click on this resource titled DocX Files Customization, you're actually able to download DocX file versions of each of the chapters for that particular book, and then you can make edits in there, so you can add your own content, take away sections that aren't relevant for your students, and then redistribute it to your students, such as by emailing it to them or posting it on your LMS for your students to view.
Great. And if the question was around contributing video content to support OpenStax, certainly reach out to us. We work with a variety of different content partners, so we're happy to talk to you about bringing you into the Boclips family as a content provider.
And there was one last question, more specific about pricing, from Greg. Is the $1,500 per course, per user, or per institution?
Okay, good question. So the $1,500 is per course, so single faculty course. But we are offering an introductory price of $3,000 for departmental-wide use. So if you have 20 sections of Intro to Psych and you want to adopt the collection, that would be a $3,000 license for annual usage. Looking to see if we missed anything else, and I know I was in the wrong spot before in the chat. So double check that to see if there's anything there. Okay. If I missed anybody's question, please feel free to let us know. Okay. Well, is that possibly a wrap? It might be a wrap. Okay, well, we really appreciate everybody joining today. Again, I'm Amy Dupont. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships. Please feel free to reach out directly to me, amy@boclips.com. You can find me very easily there. I'm on LinkedIn, and you can also connect with me through OpenStax. And we are more than happy to chat with you one-on-one about your particular needs, present to your school. Just let us know how you can help. And I want to also thank OpenStax and Lindsay again for inviting us today. We are absolutely thrilled to be a part of the OpenStax Ally Partnership Program and the family there. So thank you all.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Amy, Aisha, and Michael, for a fantastic presentation today and for answering all of our audience members' questions. And thank you to all our attendees today for taking out time out of your busy schedules to learn more about Boclips and OpenStax. We will be sending out the webinar recording tomorrow via email, so keep a lookout for that. And of course, if you have any questions about Boclips, Amy's email is on the screen and in the chat. And if you have any OpenStax specific questions, you can always follow up with the OpenStax team as well. So thank you, everyone. Once again, thank you again to the Boclips team for a fantastic webinar. And we hope that everyone has a great rest of their day. All right. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.